Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I'm just kind of taking a look around my base, seeing if there's anything I would like to do, and kind of looking at the quests. I do need to upgrade my precision laser engraver, so that is something I want to do. I need to do my circuits, but a lot of this stuff I probably won't be doing while recording. Now, one of the things I'm gonna need looking forward is I'm obviously gonna have to upgrade my rocket again. I'm not gonna do that quite yet, but if we look at the tier 3 rockets, it's gonna need these heavy duty plates, which are just heavy duty alloy ingots compressed down, but these are heavy duty plates with dash. Now that I have dash, that's no problem. But what is a bit of a problem here is this molten iridium. So the iridium is, first of all, the iridium is going to need an upgraded blast furnace. I can't quite do that yet, and the power. So it needs an IV power with tungsten steel coils, I think those are. Yeah. So we need a lot of tungsten, quite far off of that. So we can't get that, but one of the things is actually getting the iridium in the first place. Since I can't obviously get to these worlds yet, I'm going to need a tier 3 rocket to get to, I don't know which one's the next. I'm not sure like what the next like tier is. I think I can probably look on an M, yeah. So I don't know, like, yeah, it's Saturn. We're not going to Saturn. Like Ceres, that's a tier 3. I don't know what the other tier 3 places are. But anyway, so I can't get iridium easily, but there's two ways it looks like to do this. I can it is under centrifuge, I believe. Try this again. All right. Yeah. So one of the ways you can do it is centrifuging marsh stone dust, but this is a tiny 2.5% chance, and I had to do that for tungstate, and it was very, very slow. I had to go through dozens of stacks of this stuff, and that only gets me one little tiny pile. But it is very easy to get, so that is an option. I already have 2 stacks and I haven't even gone out of my way to collect it. Now the other option is the platinum sludge group, it's called. Something, I can't remember the exact. Platinum group sludge, not sludge group. And to get this, all you have to do is send a purified chalcopyrite in a chemical reactor with nitric acid, and that gets you a tiny pile. You need 9 of those. That gets you a big one. And then you can centrifuge that, and you have a pretty large chance of getting palladium, iridium, and osmium, which those are pretty good, and you get gold out of it too. But the issue with this is nitric acid. I don't have this fully automated yet. It's still a bit manual. And it uses 1 bucket per tiny, so 9 buckets of nitric acid. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get a better nitric acid production, I think. Apparently you can do rocket fuel with that. And getting a better source of nitric acid wouldn't be a bad thing because it's used to produce TNT, and also it's used to produce this tetranitromethane, which is used to produce cetane boosted diesel, which I want to get. So I think today I'm gonna hammer out a couple of my processes here to get this like fully automated. I want this like being produced, you know, large amounts of it. At least have it kind of backlogged with like a storage bus, or maybe even a tank with a storage bus. But one of the problems is ammonia. Because I need hydrogen and nitrogen. I can even do it in a large chemical reactor, which I'll probably end up doing. But nitrogen I need to get automated. I don't have nitrogen automated. So I need to automate these. I think I'm only really seeing this way to get the like compressing the air cells down and then centrifuging it. Seems to be really the only way to get a decent amount of hydrogen, or nitrogen, I'm sorry. So let me go ahead and craft a couple of machines here. I think I'll do like its own compressor and own centrifuge. And I may need something else, a fluid canner possibly. But let me take a look at this and we will come back. And I'm back, and I have crafted up a few machines here. I just went with the LV ones because I feel like these are going to be running permanently, so I don't really want to be having an HV machine running permanently. I just can't really handle that the power at this moment, but we'll get there eventually. Now I have this line. It's all 8x redstone cable. Because the battery buffer has 8 batteries in it. And I didn't really want to run 8x cable. Keep running it. Like, I'm going to put these machines right here, I think. But I don't want any of these cables burning up because I sent too many amps through it. So what I have done is I unhooked this. This is an 8x cable here, and this is 4x. I've unhooked that and sending it into a diode, which only accepts 4 amps and outputs 4 amps. And then I'm going to put that there, I think. So if we do that, no matter how many machines I put down here, it's only going to carry 4 amps. Obviously, if I have too much running, there's going to be issues, but I don't think that will be an issue. Although I could be wrong, who knows. So I think this will work. So basically what we're going to do is compress the cells. We'll do I don't really need that many cells in here because they're going to get recycled back into it. How about for now we'll do... How about we do 15, because it needs 5. Alright, so that's going to slowly do that. Now I'm going to need a muffler on that, because I don't need to be hearing that constantly. I think I can do... I think it's actually 2 wood pulp, isn't it? I never remember if it's 2 plates or 2 wood pulp. I think it's 2 wood pulp now, actually, think about it. Was I wrong? One of these days I'm going to actually remember what the recipe for this muffler upgrade is. Yeah, 1 iron. Is it not? Yeah, iron and wood pulp and assembler. Maybe I just need to take all those out. I just need to take all those out. Something's like contradicting or conflicting, not contradicting. Oh, I already had one in there. Oh well. Let's bring in a second one just in case. I like the sound of the machines, but for some reason, like when these things are running permanently, it's just too much. Same with the distillery. All right, so that's gonna compress that down. We'll send that to the left, auto output. This will centrifuge this. And then I'll do that. That'll slowly centrifuge it down into empty. See, the problem here is there's two different types of cells. So how would I... Yeah, I end up with two different types of cells. So I can't really auto put. I would have to do like a filter. Can I filter conveyor belts by any chance? Because if I just auto output both of these, that's going to be an issue, I think. Because it's going to put the... It's going to put the empty cell like in the input slot, and then it's going to can it when it puts... Or maybe I should do fluid output. Wait, I don't need that going into a canner though. Interesting. Let's see. I guess the easiest way would be to send this to a large centrifuge, to be honest. I could just do air. Let me think about this for a second and figure out how I want to tackle this. Alright, I think I actually figured out how to do this, and it's actually not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. So we'll do our compressor. That will auto output to the left into the basic centrifuge. That's no problem. We'll get that even going. Now I'm going to put a conveyor belt on top. I'm going to set it to output to the top into a pipe here. So that's going to output both of them, or it's going to pull the ones into... I actually might need to set that before I put a pipe on it. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to set this to export. Yeah. Export, and then... Yeah, I don't want anything going back in there from the export. So export side forbidden. And then I will put the pipe there. Now I'm going to use this low voltage item filter, which actually is pretty easy. Just a machine hull, a circuit, a filter, and a conveyor belt. And a chest, not too bad. What I'm going to do is put this on top of that. Now, as you can see, like the white arrow is kind of telling it where to export, so it's going to be on that side. I want it to do down like that. So it seems like whatever side you like, if you click on this side, it'll output to the opposite side. So it says facing up, so the back is where it outputs. And basically this looks very confusing. These all have different kind of like MBT, and I can't remember all the different things. You can see them on the wiki. It does describe that. But what I'm going to do is tell it only accept empty cells. I don't want to accept the cells with oxygen. Like, so there is, in this pipe, there is a cell with oxygen. I don't want it to accept it. So if I put that there, as you can see, it's not going in there. It's still in the pipe. These do need power, though. So that is something to keep in mind. And they accept 2 amps. So a 1 amp cable will burn up. So you got to be careful with that. All right. go ahead and paint that. All right, so we still got our oxygen in there. Now I'm gonna put a restrictive pipe on this one, which means I don't want the empty cells that are going to be exported out, I don't want them to come in here first. I want them to go here. So I'm going to put a restrictive pipe on this one. And as we can see, the oxygen cell went in there. And then I think it actually, yeah, it went in there. I want it to go up like that. So in theory, it's kind of hard to see when those aren't working, but this should pull out into there. In theory. Yep, there it goes. All right. And as we can see, it went into the compressor. It didn't go into here and then end up in the canner. So it automatically exported out. It saw it had to go somewhere else before it went into the restrictive pipe. So it went into the filter and back down. And then obviously the filter is stopping the oxygen from going out. So now I should probably have done a faster conveyor. But anyway. Yeah, and then I'll set up a thing underneath to pull out the nitrogen. Into maybe a tank. I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, to be honest. But this should be fully operational. So we're producing our oxygen, we're producing our nitrogen, and this is a round thing. So anyway, let me figure out which process I want to automate next. Now, as you can see, all right, next thing I think I'm going to do is my ammonia that I need. And I think I figured out I'm going to do it like this. Now this is going to be moved. I guess I could move it now. Just go ahead and break that. And these two are also going to be moved. Yeah. Because I'm going to make these in a large chemical reactor. But this one I think I'm going to do in a small chemical reactor. I'm going to build another one over there. And the reason for that is I need ammonia. And I can do this in the large chemical reactor, which would probably be the easiest, because you can just build it and then get the ammonia. And I was thinking about doing it in the same one as this chemical reactor. Which one? I forget which one I'm doing. This. So I'm going to do this one in the large chemical reactor. But I'm worried that if I'm constantly piping nitrogen and hydrogen in there, it's never going to stop. So it'll only produce ammonia, and then it'll start voiding. And I figured, let's have a dedicated one just to the nitric acid and possibly one other fuel. But I'm not 100% sure of that. We'll get to that after I finish this. But I've rearranged the things a little bit down here. I added a couple extra P2P channels just because it was getting a bit crowded. So this is now the regular line. All right, so I'm going to go off of this, and then let's see. I need to be down. So I'm going to put fluid export buses on these, and I just realized I don't have stuff to... It's like hard to get out here. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's just replace that with this, I guess. There we go. I don't have the filters. And I should have plenty of nitrogen. Yeah, I'm already up to 400,000 nitrogen. So pretty stoked about that. So if we'll do, wow, I don't need 10. I don't know why I put 10 in there. I just need the 1 for the hydrogen and the 1 for nitrogen. I'm also going to throw a interface on the back of this. I will have 1 on the oxygen eventually, but I just haven't got there yet. And yeah, I can do another one there. All right, so that, did that just like light that up? I'm just curious, did that? Yeah, that like lit up the whole thing. Fluid interface? I feel like that one didn't. Oh, it's a fluid interface. I grabbed the wrong thing. That's why. I wanted the fluid storage bus. I wonder if... Yeah, I need a fluid storage bus on there. Let me go ahead and... I don't think I have any... No, I don't have any crafted. Alright, should we try that again? So we got the fluid storage bus. Alright, so that one doesn't light up. Apparently the fluid interface acts as the light source. I didn't know that. So now we have the hydrogen and nitrogen in my ME network, so I can come over here and set these. This is the fluid canner, so I guess we'll do nitrogen there, hydrogen there. Just make sure. Yep, that worked. And then this should be piping in, which it is. These have such large tanks, the fluid canners. All right, let's throw a couple more cables. All right, so the ammonia it doesn't need any circuits. Okay, that's what I wasn't sure. So I guess we'll do needs, didn't see what it needed. So that's nitrogen inside it. So if you put the hydrogen in it, how do I want this to work? Probably, yeah, we'll probably do this one. So I get the, yeah, so we get the empty cells back and the ammonia in a fluid. So I need a circuit of 1. So let's make that, or just throw that on the ground, that works. So we'll do 1 there. We'll do, I forgot to look. Do I need, is this 3? Which one are we doing? I guess I only need, it's only 1 nitrogen, 3 hydrogen. Okay, so it uses way more. I don't know, we'll put, how about we just do 4, I guess. So those will fill up with the nitrogen. Auto outputs. And then you will item output back into it. So now I need to set both of these to input from output side allowed. Yep. And that will just go back and forth and producing ammonia. And then I will probably do another, probably a storage bus on the back as well. Yeah, I'll probably do a storage bus on the back of that, and then we'll pipe it into the chemical reactor to produce the nitric oxide. Now, I had 3 machines doing this because I had to do the ammonia, the ammonia to nitric oxide, nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide, and then to nitric acid. But I can do that all in one step. In dinitrogen tetroxide. There's so many different fuels. Hydrated ammonium nitrate slurry. No idea what any of this stuff is used for, but dimethyl. Isn't that used for like something I need also? So this is one of the another reasons I wanted to get ammonia. Set up. Where is the one that I need? Yeah, so this one. But let me go ahead and craft the large chemical reactor. Oh, I need to change out the recipe for that, and then yeah, we'll be back. Alright, so I built my chemical reactor, connected to HV power, and my cabling looks pretty funny. But as we can see, this is why I love coloring my cables, just so it makes it much more easy to see what voltages. Alright, so I've run this line over. I think it's connected right under there. And I have 4 channels over here. I'll probably end up kind of sorting this out later. For now, I think this will work. I'm going to do 2 fluid exports here. And they can also hook up this side as well, but as we can see, there's so many. I just don't have enough channels for all that yet. And not just that, but just the cost. Yeah, I'm up to 500 EU per tick for my AA system, so I gotta be careful. Alright, so I guess we'll put... We'll do... Need some of this, actually. I guess we'll do... Get one of these. I used to have one of these, but then I got rid of them all, and now I need them again. So I should probably like save a filter or empty cell so I can filter this easily. This will do that, and that should auto output into the hatch. Except I don't have a fluid interface on there, or a fluid storage bus, do I? Nope. And now I do. I should probably at least set these to filter, I think. I think that's what it does. I don't know, let's try that. Because I did notice on this one that it was putting different fluids in this tank. It didn't do it now, but it did before. Anyway, so that should be, yeah, so there's the oxygen. Now I need, the ammonia. I feel like I had ammonia. Wonder if I can set it with this. I don't think I can. I have some ammonia in it, but let's see if this works. Oh, that did work. Okay. So that's good to know. So you can use these hand pumps to do the filters. All right. So that's just gonna keep producing ammonia. And one of the things I did with this, because I don't want this running constantly, I don't think, is got a redstone active with signal, I guess we'll do. And then I think if I put this, I don't know if that's actually like transmitting to that. Wonder if I have to like put it on top of it. Anyway, this isn't running yet because it's not. I didn't hit it yet with the thing. All right, so nitric acid. That needs a 24 in it. All right, so we'll just set that for 24, and then that will get us the nitric acid. I think everything's set. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and hit this and see what happens. I'm putting these in here just because I don't want to avoid anything accidentally while I'm testing. Alright, so there it goes. Is it putting more ammonia in there? It is. Alright, so that does look like it's... Well, actually, that may be... Alright, so there we go. That does transfer to that. So I just want to manually do that so it stops running. Although that gives me water. Which is a bit annoying. Is there any way to not get water from it? Anyway, I'll probably figure that out later. But before we go, I do want to get one more thing. And that is... I need chemical reactor, I believe. This stuff, tetranitromethane. And this is just nitric acid with an ethanone in a chemical reactor. Question is, do I want to do it in there? I don't know if I want to do that. So I probably will just set up another chemical reactor, I think. Alright, so for the next part, I have the advanced fluid heater. I'm already producing acetone, and I've moved some things around here and placed a distillery next to it. So we're going to have that auto-outputting the acetone into the distillery. And then this should turn it into ethanone. So you can use a fluid heater or a distillery. I just did a distillery. They're exactly the same recipes. The fluid heater uses canthal, and I had no canthal, so I just went with a distillery. But I need a circuit of 1. Oh, it was already 1. Nice. Alright, so there is ethanone, and there's probably a quest for this somewhere, but I don't even know where it would be. Yeah, I'm sure there's a boosted fuel somewhere. I don't know. There's a seeded... I have both of these. I should probably just finish these quests. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that right now, but there is our ethanone. Now, the last part is reacting that with nitric acid and ethanone. So why don't we just... I'm going to borrow this. I guess. I really need to get all these completely kind of automated. Just haven't really had time to do all that. Although that may not pull that out, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Like this, because that's the output slot. It's not going to pull it out. How we do this? There it is. All right, so that goes pretty quick. I guess we'll just... I'll wait till that all does. Okay, so I need my nitric acid in there. At 12, I need another circuit. So many circuits. I always forget to bring them. And for now, I'm just going to do this kind of manually because I just want to get this going. And I think it's at 12. All right, so there is my tetranitromethane. And I think it uses a lot more nitric acid, if I remember. Yeah, so it's 8 ethanone to 1 nitric acid, so that's a pretty favorable. Ready? All right, so there goes the tetranitromethane. I don't want it to like... I guess... full. Yeah, alright, so the tetranitro. Then we use this to react with the diesel that we're producing, and that will get a cetane boosted diesel, and it only uses 20 liters to 1, so fortunately I need one more. Is that... Yeah, it needs an HV. All right, so there is the mixer. And we'll just put that in there. I guess I can just auto output this into here. And then last but not least, let's grab a stack of this. That wasn't a stack. Alright, so there is a stack of diesel. And we'll put it in there, and that should get us cetane boosted diesel. Awesome, and then this will be piped out into my combustion generators. But I need to get this all kind of automated. It's still quite manual right now, so I got to figure out how I want to get the fluids moving around. Like, how do I want this to work? I'm thinking maybe a storage tank of the nitric acid, and then having a on-off switch, maybe? I haven't really figured this out. I just wanted to get the actual fuel going first. What? Does that tell me how much? No, it doesn't say. I wish it told you how big the thing is. I guess it's 48. Yeah, it's 48. 48 buckets. That's quite a large internal tank. But as we can see, we made 48 buckets of cetane boosted diesel, and we didn't even use 1 bucket of this tetranitromethane. And it's actually not even that difficult to make, since I was already making acetone for the epichlorohydrin, I think it was, or was it bisphenol? I can't remember. But yeah, I will sort this out, how I want this all set up in between episodes. I will set it all up and put it together, and we will see next episode. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.